go marching in. Oh, when the Blues go marching in. Oh, I want to be in that number. When the Blues go marching in. Oh, when the Blues go marching in. Oh, when the Blues go marching in. Oh, I want to be in that number. When the Blues go marching in. Oh, when the Blues go marching in. Oh, when the Blues go marching in. Oh, I want to be in that number. When the Blues go marching in. Oh, when the Blues
Do you bleed blue?
go
If
marching
you do,
in.
this is the show for you. The Blue Note Fan Report, hosted by the Hawaii Blues Fan. Aloha! I'm Guy, and welcome to the Blue Note Fan Report. It is finally here. The final curtain, or what was supposed to be the final curtain. Back in January, the Blues were in dire straits. A lot of people say they were in last place, and by points they were, but they really weren't with all those games in hand. But they were not looking good, and they were not looking like a playoff team. What did I forget? That's right. Tell the people what they gotta do. They gotta subscribe. Subscribe to the channel. Yes, they subscribe to the channel. And once they subscribe, they need to. Let's all show everyone how good they are by putting your thumbs in the air like you just do care. That's right. Subscribe to the Blue Note Fan Report. Ring the bell to get the notifications and put your thumb in the air to show that you like the shows. Well, that didn't sound too good, did it? Well, let's start it this way. A few weeks ago, I had a contest, the hashtag contest, and gave away 4 beautiful posters. Original Brett Hull posters. And here are the 4 winners with their posters. Rose, Jeff, Catherine, and Joe decided a picture wasn't good enough. So he sent this.
Aloha!
Aloha.
Alrighty, here it is. Look. And this is from Guy Fencing. Ooh, look at it. It's Brett Hull. It's an original Brett Hull.
That's really cool with this.
Say, let's go Blues.
That was a great contest. But I got another one running.
See it? Let's
And it's
go
running
Blues.
into all kinds of trouble. All kinds of trouble. It's a trivia contest. I asked 20 questions with 4 bonuses, and you get entries into the card contest. I have 36 packs of unopened 1991 to 92 Pro Set 75th anniversary cards in French with game tokens. Well, they may not be worth a lot. They are kind of rare, and they're fun to have. You don't have to open them. You just have to, there's something to cherish, especially for a hockey fan. Now, if you want to know how to win them, I'm going to play a short 7-minute video that explains the contest and goes over the questions right here. Aloha, Blues fans. This is Guy, the Hawaii Blues Fan, and this is the Blue Note Fan Report, special edition for the contest. I'm going to see if this will work and if I can put this in the groups directly and tell you guys the rules and how to win the cards. So this is my 75th anniversary Pro Set card giveaway, giving away 2 sets of 18 packs each. Here's the rules. You have to answer each question, including bonus questions. You have to submit your answers to Hawaii Blues Fan at hawaii.rr.com. Every 5 correct answers equals 1 entry. If you get 6 right, you get 1 entry. You get 9 right, you get 1 entry. You get 10 right, you get 2 entries. Just like that. There's a total of 20 questions and 4 bonuses, if I remember right. For the contest to be certified, I need to get 50 submissions. 50 people need to submit their answers. 1 submission per person. Contest is running from now until midnight, 6 April, Hawaii Standard Time. That's 0500, 5 a.m., 7 April, St. Louis time. I'm going to post the answers on the 7th of April, give you a day or so to look at them and dispute if there's any disputes, and then the judges will look at that and determine what we accept. Winners are going to be used in selecting the Lucky Raffle app, same thing I used when I did the poster giveaway. Judges are myself, John Hefner, and Mike Dante. You must subscribe to the Hawaii Blue Note Fan Report on YouTube. Now, if your subscriptions are private, I can't see that. When you do your submission, submit your YouTube username so I know how to look you up so I can tell you if I see you or not. The drawing is going to be held on 9 April. A video will be posted before the start of the Blues' first playoff game. If one of my episodes hits 1,000 views before 7th of April, every entry gets 1 extra, or every submission gets 1 extra entry. So here we go. Here are the questions. Question 1, why are the Blues called the Blues? Question 2, who scored the first goal in Blues history regular season? Question 3, who was the first Blue in a Blues uniform to win a postseason award? Hart Trophy, Vezina, Selke, whatever, a postseason award. Question 4, who was the first Blues draft pick to enter the Hall of Fame as a Blue? Question 5, what year did the Blues select the least number of picks? And a bonus to that is why. Question 6, the Blues have played in 2 arenas with 6 different names. Give me 4 of them. Question 7. What team drafted Brett Hull and in what round? And then I added a bonus to this. What was his overall pick selection? Question 8. What was the first season the Blues missed the playoffs? And what was the last? This was submitted by Ryan Learman from Twitter. Thanks, Ryan. It was a great question. Question 9. Who holds the Blues record for most penalty minutes? This is career, not season, career. Question 10. Gotten a lot of comments about this question. Question 10. Which Blues goalie has the most points for the Blues? This is assists and goals, not wins. Most points for the Blues. Career. Question 11. What current Blue, meaning they are on the team right now, dressing every day, was not drafted? Question 12. Since 2000, the Blues have had 6 captains. I got this one wrong. Name 4 of them. Miscounted. Question 13. The names in the rafters, including honored names. I'll give you a hint. Wikipedia lists all of them. Because there are people that are not in St. Louis and don't get to go to the arena and may have never been there. This is the way to find out. Question 14. Who scored 2 goals during the Winter Classic and took a selfie? Question 15. Name 5, a minimum of 5 current Blues. That's all I want, 5. You can name more, but 5 current Blues that have played at least 5 seasons with the Blues. It can be split up. It doesn't have to be concurrent. And now we get to the Hawaii Blues fan report. Question 16. What was the date of the first Hawaii Blues fans video, and who was the Blues opponent? Question 17. What was the first pet of the game? And the hint here is he was on TV. Question 18. Who was the first interview on the Blue Note Fan Report? I've thought a little bit about this question, and the way I asked it is not very good. So list any interviewee, and I will accept it. Has to be someone I interviewed. Question 19. Where did Wayne Gretzky want to take Tom Calhoun, and Tom respectfully declined? Watch the Tom Calhoun episode. And question 20. What was the first ever live show about? I did a live show. I came on impromptu live. It was here. I'll say that much. It was posted in YouTube, not alive in the groups. It was posted in YouTube. Bonus question 1. How many subscribers does the Hawaii Blues fan have? You go to my page, you go to my channel, it'll tell you. I know that number will change, but I'll know you went and looked at that number. You get a free entry for this question. Bonus question 2, you also get a free entry. Who's your favorite player on this year's team? I want to say good luck to everybody, and a special thank you to John Hefner, not Hafner, Hefner. And this is in memory of his father, Big Jim. I can't thank you both enough. Good luck to everyone. Aloha. I hope you get your submission ins right now. I have 3. Need 50, 47 more. So don't wait. Don't wait. Well, guys, the contest is still going. The deadline is supposed to be 5 a.m. St. Louis time Sunday. If I don't get enough entries, I may extend it depending on how many I get. But come on, show me some love. Send your emails to to the Hawaii Blues Fan at hawaii.r.com, just like it said in the video. Come on, guys, I got 5. I could use a lot more. Time is running out, and the playoffs are almost here. I can't wait. I just can't wait. Well, before we talk about the upcoming game, let's talk about what happened in Philadelphia. It is definitely time to be Blues fans. We were into the final week, and this year we got the last 2 home games. Last 2 games of the year at home. And they were against Philadelphia and today, Vancouver Canucks. We played Philadelphia earlier in the year, and that was that was Bennington's first start with a 3-0 shutout. So Bennington starts again, and play starts, and the boys just lit a fire under their rear ends, and bam, 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 3 goals in no time. Barbashev, Steen, and O'Reilly knocked goals in. They scored 2 more in the first, getting goals from Maroon and I was Perron, absolutely Michael Dante's favorite player, who happened to be at the game. That was probably great for him to see that. 5-3 at the end of the first. They scored 5 goals in the first 10 minutes, and we cut out from when the first game was like in a 7-minute span. It was the quickest or the most goals that the Blues had scored in that short of a span in their history. That was a great game to watch, with one exception. Ole, 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 ole. Yes, Bennington played ole. 2 of those 3 goals were absolutely on him, especially the first goal. I mean, the first goal was a defensive turnover, a turnover. However, he was too far out of the net. He wasn't paying attention to what was going on. He does his butterfly, and there's 6 inches between him and the net. right behind him, no problem. It's that lackadaisical style that has me concerned. Now, the good thing about this game is that they didn't let up. Second and third period slowed down as far as scoring went. They got a goal by Shin in the second and another by Perron in the third to make the total 7-3, 6 separate Blues scoring, with Perron getting the double. Not bad. I think Tarasenko had three assists. Not a great team, but good play. Now, the one part of this that kind of got forgotten or left out was poor Brian Elliott. This was his first time back since being traded a couple of years ago to Calgary. And, the Blues treated him, wow. They treated him like every other team treats Allen. Wow. Philadelphia left him hung out to dry, left, right, and center. They were not playing defense for him at all. I felt sorry for the poor guy, to be honest. Carter Hart came in and did much better, but still gave up 3 goals. The Blues really went after Philadelphia, and they needed to. They needed to win the last 2 in order to have a chance at the division after not picking up that extra point in Chicago. Well, hockey gods didn't go with us. Nashville ends up winning their game. However, it is my opinion that the NHL screwed up in the Nashville game. 2 of their goals should not have counted. Now, I know there is something in the rule book about the puck continuing to move. And I get that. But I looked at the video, and there is a point there where you cannot tell if that puck is moving. I mean, if you follow it up, but the puck's hidden, right? And the whistle goes. Well, if you notice the goalie, he stops. He doesn't continue fighting. The whistle went. If he continues, the whistle doesn't go, there's a chance he stops that puck. Well, because the whistle goes, he stops playing. Now, here's the part of it. This is where this rule gets screwy for me. If you go all the way back to last season, the first game that we played against the Vegas Golden Knights, at one point, Subban is 95% in the net. 95% in the net. Very little of him is not in the net. The puck was under him, yet they couldn't see the puck. So they call it a no goal. Well, in this, where you don't see the puck and you just assume that by frame it continues to move, it's the same thing. If you couldn't see the puck, how can you say it continued to move? How do you know that something didn't happen, that the goalie didn't move or shake or something, which he did, that might have caused the puck to move a little more? I don't feel like there was continuous movement. I could be wrong. It's my feeling. It's how I look at it. Am I a Blues homer? Abso-freaking-lutely I am. So if I see it that way, I see it that way. Well, the game ends. Nashville ends up winning 3-2, and Winnipeg loses in OT in a shootout. So now Winnipeg is tied with us, and Nashville has 1 point on us. What does that all mean? 590 The Fan put a tweet out today, and said that there were 6 scenarios. This was this morning. 6 scenarios that could possibly happen. Well, one of the things about those 6 scenarios is today's games, there were 3 games. 2 of them had playoff implications. 1 affected the Blues. The Dallas Stars were facing the Chicago Blackhawks, and if they won, it would take any change. It would lock them into the first wild card spot. Absolutely locked in. Well, that didn't happen. Chicago came out and just roasted that ass, 7-1. That's great for the Blues because now all 6 scenarios are up, and the 6 scenarios are simply this: win the division and play Dallas. Win the division and play the Avalanche. The way that happens, you win the division. If the Avalanche win tomorrow or today, and Dallas loses today, all said and done, you play the Avalanche. If Dallas gets a point, any point, you play Dallas. That's if you win the division. Now, how do you win the division? First of all, you have to win your game. And Nashville needs to not win theirs or only get 1 point. And Winnipeg needs to not win theirs or only get 1 point. If that happens, then you will take the division. Now, this next two scenarios are simply this. You take second place and host either the Predators or the Jets. How that happens. You win your division, or you win your game. Nashville loses their game, and the Jets win theirs. Jets will win the division. Blues will be second. Predators will be third. Or vice versa. The Blues win their game. The Predators win theirs, and the Jets lose theirs. The Predators take the division. We play the Jets. I think I said that right. I might have messed it up. But that gives you an idea. Those two scenarios are absolutely in play. Now the last one, and this one's simple. If you lose, you're in third, and you're going to play either the Predators or the Jets on the road. Plain and simple. That's lose this game against Vancouver, and that's where you're at. You're third in the division. Now there's one other way you could end up third in the division, and that's if all three teams win. If all three teams win, you're third in the division. So the likelihood of being third in the division is pretty high. I said a couple weeks back when I talked to Mike Dante, when he co-hosted, and I'm going out on a ladder here on a limb, and I'm going to say the Blues win the division. I'm going to stick with that. I think the Blues are going to beat Vancouver. I feel very comfortable in that. Chicago, who just beat the crap out of Dallas, likes to play spoiler, and they have a rivalry brewing with the Predators, just like we do. And I think that they're going to. These are some. These guys are all wearing. Most of these guys are wearing Stanley Cup rings. They're not just going to go out with a whimper. They're going to go out and they're going to try and spoil Nashville's party. I absolutely see that. Now, the one that concerns me is the Jets playing the Coyotes. The Coyotes are done. Coyotes are a young team, so I could see them just not caring. However, some of those young guys may want to make an impression for next season. And if they do, and the Jets have not been playing good hockey. That's the other thing. The Jets of the late have not played good hockey, and that bodes well. The Jets are going to do what a lot of people say teams do when they don't. The Jets are backing into the playoffs. Now, they got their spot, but they've slipped. At one time they had a good 4 to 6 point lead in the division, and here they could end up third in the division. They're not playing good hockey right now, and that could affect them in the playoffs. I am greatly looking forward to this Vancouver game. I know Vancouver's had our number, but this is different. This is the Blues playing like the Blues we know. This team has been magical. I think they have the most points since January. Might be second in that category. They have gone out and done almost the impossible. If they win tomorrow, they get 99 points. Back on February 2nd, I had said the most points the Blue could get was 115. You could only lose 15 points or 7.5 games and end up in first place or end up with 100 points. Well, to be at this point to where you basically only lost 8 games total, that's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. To only lose 16 points down the stretch. Great play, guys. Go out there and do what you need to do. Now, what do I think is going to happen? Well, I predicted the Chicago game would be 4-2 Chicago, and boy, did that one almost come out. I didn't do a video for Philadelphia, but I had told a friend that I thought it would be 6-1 or 6-2. Got pretty close. So where do I think this? And this here, I've been thinking about this and trying. If these guys want it, they're going to come out and they're going to score quick, they're going to score early, and they're going to embarrass Vancouver. They're going to get it. They're going to go out because they play first. That's the thing. That's the whole thing to this scenario is the Blues play first. They play the first game of the day before anybody else, and they set the tone. They go out there and play their brand of hockey and set that tone. That could affect how the Jets and how the Preds play and how all the other teams that are affected play. I am looking forward to this game and to see what happens. My prediction is the Blues are going to win 4-1. I think they're going to get out. They're going to get out there, score early, and then just stick with it. Bennington will get his 24th win, and that will set up the Calder debate. I've thought a lot about this, and in my eyes, he should be a finalist. I don't have a problem with him being a finalist. I do have a problem if he wins it. I don't feel like he's played enough of the season. While he has helped spark the turnaround, to say that he is the reason for the turnaround, I think is disrespectful to the rest of the team. The team needed someone that they could trust, and I hate to say this, I don't think that they've trusted Allen for a long time. And yes, I'm an Allen fan. I'm an Allen apologist. I'm a blue glasses kind of guy. But in this case, the team needed him, and he's done a great job. He is not the MVP of the team in my eyes at all. I think Ryan O'Reilly is the MVP of the team. I think O'Reilly should be up for at least the Selke, if not the Lady Bring. And I think he has an outside shot at the heart. I've talked about before why I feel that, but that's just my opinion. Jack Adams. Yes. Okay. Coach Berube, I apologize. I called you Blueberry all year, but you've gone out and done a fantastic job. There are still some mistakes and some problems that need to be fixed, but then again, every coach has those. For you to take over this team, sit back, and figure out how to fix it without panic is an amazing job. You should be a finalist for the Jack Adams, and if you win the division, I think that's the caveat. If you win the division, you should win the Jack Adams Trophy. Now, I say that it's been a kind of a curse in the past. I remember when Brian Suter won it, and then the next season he's out. I think Joe Quenneville won it, and then had a really bad season after that. So it hasn't been a good trophy for a Blues coach to get. So we'll see if this changes. Then the last award that I think someone should be up for is GM of the Year. I talked about this before. I absolutely, positively agree that Doug Armstrong should be up for GM of the Year. He should be a third finalist. And since this award does have a little bit of bearing on the, I think this award is voted on somewhere down the line, not directly after the regular season. The fact that when everybody was in panic mode on the Blues, he wasn't. You know, the one move he made, the one big move he made was firing Mike Yelp. And I got to tell you, I wasn't a fan of it. I mean, I know that there were things going wrong. I just felt that when you had a coach, we've had coaching issues, and to do this now, it just didn't feel right. It felt like you were reaching for straws. Yes, I am wrong. I was wrong. I admit I'm wrong. I'm going to stay there. So those are what I think will be the postseason awards. I don't know if they'll happen, but that's kind of my take on things. And let's go Blues as we play the Vancouver Canucks at 10 a.m. Hawaii Standard Time, which is, I think, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3 p.m. St. Louis time. Mike Dante, you have a wonderful time at the game, and you got to try a Lion's Choice roast beef sandwich. And this is the way you order it. Double cheese, extra seasoning. You put barbecue sauce and horsey sauce on it. I'm an expert. I'm telling you, that's how you eat it, and you won't find anything better. Enjoy, Mike. Friends, it's time for the last regular season about the fans. Well, fans, Blues fans, I've said numerous times that this is my favorite part of the show, and it absolutely is. I thought back in January that this would be my last show. I'm glad it's not, but I really wanted to have somebody special for Fan of the Game. And you may have seen this picture up before. This is of the first ever Blues game in Las Vegas. In this picture, all but 3 people have been, no, that's not true. A couple of them have been fans of the game. In the back, you see, Devin and Caitlin Dayton. Devin and Caitlin were from New Mexico. They met about 3 years ago. Caitlin decided to go on a date with Devin after Easter church services. And the rest is history. I met them through the groups. They came and found the Hawaii Blues fan at this Vegas pregame that we had with all these Blues fans. And it was absolutely an amazing and magical time. Devin and Caitlin are now some of my best friends. I know that just like all young couples, they run through some rough times. They decided New Mexico wasn't for them anymore, and they moved to Maine with Caitlin's parents. Great move. I know they're doing well. They try and go to games every year. They went to the Winter Classic, pictures here. They went to the Vegas game. They've been to other games. And for the first time, I think I'm in a Fan of a Game picture. This is me, Devin, and, Bob, my contact, just folded in my eye. Yay, the Hawaii Blues fan. I could edit it out, but why not? It's the last regular season show, so let it stay. Devin, Caitlin, it is my honor and privilege to make you two fans of the game for the last regular season game of the year. Thank you for being my friends, and I hope I get to see you again soon. Thank you, both of you. So normally here, I would do tattoo of the game, but I thought I might do something a little bit different. See, a couple shows ago, I talked about Zeus and said that Zeus was flying home. Well, actually, Zeus hadn't flown home yet. He just flew home a couple of days ago. And I have an update on Zeus, and I thought I'd show you some pictures and a short video on Zeus. Zeus is finally back with his owner, and you can tell this is one happy, happy dog.
Zeus finally remembers me. I forgot to recording and actually recognizing me. Tabitha helping me. He's so happy. It's Mommy. Hey. Hey. Hi. Come on. Look, go home. Zeus, you may go home. Hi, you may go home. Yes, it's Mama. He said it's a long. Yep, he break. Come on. I'm doing this. Hi, baby. Okay. Hi. Hi, handsome. Alright, break. Yeah, I gotta put this in my pocket. Zeus. Yeah, this should fit in my car. Zeus. 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 It's Mama. It's Mama. Yes, it is. It's Mama. Yes. Oh my goodness. Hang on and I'll sit down. We'll sit over here in the grass.
Well, I don't got a handle on this thing. We might as well just go to the car.
Okay.
Chris Thompson, thank you so much for saving Zeus. He is a beautiful dog. He's home where he belongs. He's in Alabama. It's where he needs to be. And I'm very happy for Zeus. So a couple episodes ago, when I was interviewing or talking to Sarah George, we were talking about my show and how I do the tattoo and fan and pet. And Sarah goes, well, hey, I got a Blues pet. Oh, well, show me. And this is Hawkeye. Hawkeye is named after the Iowa Hawkeyes women's basketball team. Also, Hawkeye from MASH, which was the first play that Sarah was in, and her favorite Avenger. Hawkeye, I think, is a mutt. I'm not sure what breed he is or how old he is. But, you know, sometimes you just look at the dog and you go, yep, that's a dog, and that's a beautiful dog. Hawkeye, you are a beautiful dog. And I am more than honored and happy to have you as my regular season finale, head of the game. Thanks, Hawkeye. Well, Blues fans, it is upon us. The last regular season game. And unlike last year, it's not the last game of the season. Nope, we got playoff hockey. I am planning on doing a playoff preview. I have one guest scheduled. I'm looking to get two more. One guest is for sure. One is a maybe. Third one is a possibility. So we'll see. I would love to get a good solid playoff preview going. I'm looking forward. I don't care who we play, to be honest. And just so you know, the NHL Network is going to announce the playoff schedule at 9 a.m. St. Louis time on Sunday. That's 4 a.m. my time. Wondering if I need to get up for that. Thinking I just might. Well, Blues fans, I got to tell you, this is my first season of doing the show. And it's had its ups, it's had its downs, but I've absolutely loved every moment of it. The people I've met, the people that have reached out and contacted me, thank you so much for supporting me. I think there are only great things in store. Just remember, I'm at 267, about 270, about 30 more subscribers before the end of the season. I think you guys can help me get there. And I started a page on Facebook. I put it out there. Check it out. I know it's new. It's not much there yet, but you're going to help me get there. And Blues fans, just remember that I'm bleeding blue with you, and I always will be. Aloha, mahalo, and I'll see you in the playoffs.
Go marching in. Oh, when the Blues go marching in. Oh, I want to be in that number. When the Blues go marching in. Oh, when the Blues go marching in. Oh, when the Blues go marching in.
Oh, I want to be in that number when the Blues go marching in. Oh, when the Blues go marching in. Oh, when the Blues go marching in. Oh, I want to be in that number when the Blues go marching in. Oh, when the Blues go marching in. Oh, when the Blues go marching.
Butcher, you wanna go get a bat?